welcome back to another video. We are back in the reptile room, and today we are going to be doing our how to breed mealworms video. So I'm going to pan over to the camera with a couple of things that you need. Obviously the basics are we're going to need some tubs to put them in, going to need the oatmeal, and obviously we need the worms. But luckily we got the worms already in the last video at the Reptile Expo. So let's show the process. Let's get right over there. We talked about a little bit earlier, obviously the first steps are going to be your containers. Now as you can see here, I am using previous fish tank or reptile tanks. You don't need these, you can use big Tupperware containers if you would like, but I just prefer these, well, because I have them already, so why not use them? And as you can see in here, I've already started a fair amount of breeding. As you can see, a lot of beetles. And right here we have all of our pupae, which we'll really need, and our oatmeal, which will be our base, and of course our hides for the beetles, because they need to hide a lot. So step one will be getting our oatmeal into our things, but as you can see there, they are fairly big chunks, and we're gonna need to grind them down. They're gonna need to be very fine flakes, because the baby mealworms will need to eat this, so we need it to be really small to be able to fit in, well, their small mouths. So let's get right into the grinding. Well, let's pour bag number one on in. So there you can see how big they really are. This is how big the flakes are. We're gonna want them to be kind of like half that size. So most people would normally use a blender for this, but I don't exactly have a blender on hand at the moment. So what I'm going to be doing is taking it and grinding it with my fingers. You can do it like this. Obviously it's going to take a lot longer than a blender would, but I'm just going to use my hands, get this going, and we're probably going to be using like a bag and a half per container here. So this is gonna take a minute, so I'm gonna cut the camera and I'll show you guys when I got it all done. Alright, now that we've got it all ground up, I'm gonna show you for reference on how grinded you want it. So this is the grinded, and this is the original. That's what you want it to look like. And when it's like that, it'll be perfect. And if you're doing it by hands, just pick it up like this and just go like this. And then you get it all nice and grinded up. Now that we got this all set up, we're gonna start putting everything in to these tanks that we're gonna need for these mealworms. So first off, we're gonna need some hiding. Oh, we got a beetle there, there we go. First resident. So we're gonna want this. We're gonna wanna put those down on flat, like so you can get some hiding for your beetles. They're going to want to hide, and you're going to want to give them something to hide, because if you don't, you're going to stress them out, and obviously once they're stressed, they're not going to breed as well. And then next up, you're going to want to get these containers that they come in. You're going to want to get something sharp and scratch the top of it, or the bottom of it, I guess, so you can get some grip on it, so they can get off because this is going to go in here like that, and you're going to put your pupae on top of it. So when you do that, so the mealworms themselves don't end up eating the pupae, because they will if they get the shot. They will try. So that is why you get this. You just scratch it like crazy. Till it looks kind of like that. So the beetles, when the pupae turn into beetles, they have something to grip onto, so they can get off of it and back into the tank itself. A little bit more on there just to make sure. And then once you got that, your tank is ready for your beetles, your mealworms, and your pupae. But before we do that, we gotta clean this out. So I'll show you how to do that in a moment. Alright, and when you're ready to start cleaning out your old one, you're going to want one of these, like a sifter, a reptiles one, or you can get a cat litter one. Then you're just going to want to get it and put a tub underneath and just shake it out. And when you're done that, you're going to want to take the beetles that you get out of it, put them into your new one, and then continue the process until it's completely empty. And since this part is really tedious and boring, I'm going to cut it out, get it done, and I'll show you the end product. Alright guys, we have all of our tanks all done up now, and we have all of our worms and beetles separated. So here's all of our worms and all of our beetles. We got a bunch of them. And then here's all of our pupae. We got a lot of them too. Oh, looks like we got one worm in there as well. But the reason why I separated them like this is because these need to go up on those platforms like I said earlier. Like these right here. They need to go up on there. Because if we don't do that, these little guys here will eat them. As weird as it is, they do for some reason. But let's get them in. So we got to separate them somewhat evenly between these 3 tubs, because you want roughly 250 to 300 worms or total in each thing to have a sustainable colony. So we'll put some of this on. Another thing you guys want to make sure before you put the worms and stuff in is to make sure that you freeze the oatmeal before you actually put the worms in, because if you don't, there is a chance that there are some like some moth eggs and some other kind of pests that you don't exactly want. But after you do that, make sure to freeze it for like 48 hours. Then you're good to put your stuff in. Sprinkle them all over the place. They'll find their footing afterwards. And after you got them all in, you have all of their boosters in. Then you can put the pupaes in. Make sure to just sprinkle in a couple in each one. Oh, we got a little runaway worm on top. He needs to get out of the way. And just sprinkle them on in there. Oh, that's a little many. Take some of those out. Put them over here. Put some more in here. Obviously, as you can see, I'm putting less in this one because it is the smaller tank. Now let's get some food in there. There's some of the old carrots that I had in. They're still good. You guys want to make sure to be pretty generous with the carrots. I've always found putting more in is always better, because if some of them start to go bad, you can just pull them out again. But besides that, that is pretty much everything that you need to know about breeding mealworms. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and we'll see you guys next time.